Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your favorite baker, the recipe queen. Have you subscribed to my channel? If yes, but if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Hit that subscribe button, like my videos, tell your friends about my channel as well. Guess what I'm teaching you today? Today I'm teaching you a very special cake recipe, and it's one of my healthiest cake recipes, and it's all about the honey oat cake. For this special cake recipe, these are my ingredients. You will be needing your 2 cups of whole milk, and actually I used the low-fat milk for this recipe. Then 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of oats. You can use the instant oats or the rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half cup of honey. I use this particular honey, Rouse honey, because it's so clear, it's so lovely. Then 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence, 1 cup of raisins, 1 cup of brown sugar. The reason why I use brown sugar is to add extra richness to the cake. It makes the cake moist, and at the same time it tints the cake color. Then you also be needing 2/3 cup of melted butter, but if you don't have butter, you can use melted margarine as well. Lastly, 2 large eggs. So now we are going to start the mixing. This is my bowl. First of all, you need to measure out your 2 cups of whole milk. So that is what I'll be doing now. So this is 1 cup. Remember, I said you need 2 cups of whole milk for this cake recipe. Then the 2nd cup. So in here we have 2 cups of whole milk. Now I'm going to add my brown sugar into the milk to dissolve it. So this is 1 cup of brown sugar. Now I'm going to stir to dissolve the whole brown sugar. As you can see, my sugar has now dissolved. Now I'm going to add my half cup of honey. Can you see this honey is so clear? That's why I love using it. So the half cup of honey, I've added it. Then I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. Then I'm going to also add my 2/3 cup of melted butter. Now I'm going to set it aside so I can whisk my eggs before adding it into the mixture. Just slightly. So I guess I'm okay with this. So I'm going to add the eggs to the wet mixture. In this bowl, I have my 2 cups of whole milk, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2/3 cup of melted butter, 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. I think that's all we have in here. Now it's time for me to add my dry ingredients. But before I do that, I'll have to sift in my baking powder into my already sieved flour. So I'm using 1 tablespoon of baking powder for this recipe. So I'm going to sieve the baking powder into the flour. Now I'm going to stir it to mix it. Then I'm also going to sieve in my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. The reason why I added cinnamon powder is just to spice up the cake. But if you don't really like cinnamon powder, you can do without it. Cinnamon is optional for this cake recipe, but I love using it because it helps me spice up the cake and is also healthy. It's now time for me to grab my mixing bowl, the main mixing bowl. So first of all, I'm going to add my flour, baking powder and cinnamon into the mixing bowl. Or then I'm going to add my 2 cups of oats into the flour mixture. So I'm going to use my spatula to mix the oats and the flour mixture together. In here we have the 2 cups of flour, the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, then my 2 cups of oats together with my 1 cup of raisins. So that is what we have in here. Now it's time for me to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Now my batter is ready. It's not so thick and it's very, very light. I love it this way because at the end of the day, after baking this cake, you will have a very moist, light cake. Now it's time for us to bake, and I'm baking the honey oat muffins. If you want to bake it in a normal cake pan, you can do that. If you want to bake it in your loaf pans, you can do that. But here today, I'm using my cupcake tray. I'm using the cupcake tray to bake it. So at the end of the day, what we're going to have is the honey oat muffins or the honey oat cupcakes. So I'm going to pour in my batter into my cupcake liners. I'm using my measuring cup to do that. So I'm going to use my 1/4 measuring cup to distribute my batter into the cupcake liners. Okay, at this stage I've started preheating my oven. I'm using 180 degrees centigrade for this baking today. Now I have some batter left in my mixing bowl. I'm going to pour it into my foil plate. It's now time for us to bake. It's now time for us to put it into the oven. Now we're going to bake for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So after 30 minutes, I'll come back and check whether the cakes are ready. Wow, our honey oat muffins are ready. I just brought it out from the oven right now. Wow, they all baked very well. So let's see what we'll have here. So I'm going to test. So moist. Oh, this is what we'll have. So delicious. I hope you enjoyed today's baking section. As for me, I had fun. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and try as much as possible to bake your own honey oats muffins. And when you do so, don't forget to send your feedbacks. I'll be waiting. Catch you some other time.